In China, there is a place that defies the laws of physics and transcends the limits of imagination. A temple in such an extreme location that it still puzzles modern engineers, and with such spectacular views that it has earned a rather peculiar nickname. Welcome to Fangjingshan, or as people call it, the city in the sky. In the previous episode, we departed from Guiyang City, the capital of Guizhou, home to one of the largest settlements of the Dong ethnic minority, to learn about their courtship rituals through polyphonic singing. From there, we had to travel 400 kilometers by bullet train to reach Tongren, and it is precisely here where our story begins. We are arriving at Tongren station, which is about 50 or 60 kilometers from Shan mountain, and we are going to take a bus from here. But this city looks quite old. It's very different from arriving in Chongqing, Shanghai or Suzhou, where the stations are already located in front of very new buildings, of skyscrapers. Or, in the case of Yangshu station, of spectacular views. Here there really is an older vibe. This isn't a big city in infrastructure terms, though its land area is about 18,000 square kilometers, almost 9 times bigger than Shanghai. The thing is that most of Tongren's territory is a mountainous and rural area, and it only has 3 million inhabitants, while cities like Shanghai or Beijing easily surpass 20 million without any problem. But anyway, Tongren isn't famous for its skyscrapers or financial centers, but because it's the gateway to one of the most magical landscapes in this country. And that's why, in front of the station, you'll find several drivers eager to get your business. He charged us 35 to drop us at the entrance. But for the purposes of this video, we want to show you how to take the bus. Taking a taxi would be pretty simple. You just have to download the Didi app, and for me it showed that a Didi would be about 160 yuan. It's very convenient. You have the train station right here in front. You can go have breakfast and then you go buy your ticket. Welcome to Tongren bus station. A pretty small station, but it has everything you need, including power banks for rent. In case you run out of battery, there are even massage chairs where you can take a nap. And of course, there's also the corner store with all kinds of Chinese snacks and cigarettes. They really love cigarettes here.
To Fangjingshan?
Correct. Yes, I want to buy the bus tickets.
Then over there. The next one is at 9:20. Where is the...
9:20, it's 9 now.
You speak Chinese very well.
I still have some left. There's one at 9:20, 10:30, 10:31, then not again until 2. Hello, 2 tickets to Fangjingshan.
To the east entrance?
Yes. We already have the tickets. They actually cost us 35 yuan. But it seems like they won't drop us off right at the entrance. Maybe we'll still have to walk from there, and we still haven't found where to leave the suitcases.
For the bus back from Fanjingshan, pay attention. At 1:40 and from 3 to 7, there are return buses every hour.
Okay.
Are you 6 people?
Correct.
We're 7. I'm here too.
Hey, yes, but you don't need a ticket, little buddy.
There are 3 of us. We don't have any children with us.
And you don't have any children with you.
It's important to note that the bus gets completely packed and the next one doesn't leave for another hour. That's probably why taxi drivers wait outside the station for people, since not everyone gets a seat. In fact, I saw several people who were there outside the station probably because they arrived a little late. But like I told you, taxis aren't expensive. Look at this fur on the bus. They have power banks you can rent for the trip. This is actually the first time I've seen something like this, a power bank machine. Scan your QR code here, but you must also return it here since others might be nearby, maybe even another company. We're arriving at the tourist center, and the first thing we have to do is find a place to store our suitcases. In China, it's very easy because there's always storage available, and since it's a safe country, you don't have to worry about it. You can find them at bus stations, train stations, and usually at tourist centers too, like here. Left of the tourist center entrance is a small shop for luggage storage. Take a screenshot of these characters, which mean luggage storage. Thank you. Is this the luggage storage?
Yes, it's here. Do you know Chinese?
Yes, a bit. What do you charge?
20 yuan per piece.
What a curious first aid machine they have here at the entrance. Look, in case someone has a problem. Here they have a defibrillator and the necessary equipment for all kinds of emergencies. Inside this machine there's a stretcher, a wheelchair, a blood pressure monitor, and a thermometer. Medicine for the heart. What things you find in China, right? To buy the tickets, you can do it online. We bought it on the app, but you absolutely have to come pick it up with your passport. Here are our tickets, which include transportation to the cable car and the entrance. Each one is 158 yuan. And the shuttle is round trip, but it doesn't include the cable car. I repeat, it doesn't include the cable car.
That one you have to keep separately.
Hello? This is the entrance to Fangjingshan Park. And if you haven't had breakfast and you're not used to Chinese food, don't worry, because there's a Kentucky at the entrance. It doesn't matter if it's the most remote village or a mountain that was just discovered in the 80s, you'll always find the symbols of capitalism here. 2,822 people visited this place today. If you were wondering if you can avoid paying for transportation or the car ride, it's 20 minutes to the entrance, and if you wanted to avoid the cable car, it could take up to 4 hours to climb, depending on your pace. If your budget allows, I recommend paying for both the little car and the cable car. The views from there must be beautiful, and you can walk down. This is an area with a lot of rain, so come prepared, because you'll probably get caught in it like we did, and we weren't prepared. Let's go, gas. Welcome to the rainy season. Now we have to buy the cable car ticket, which, by the way, the cable car just opened in 2016. Previously, people had to climb 8,000 steps, and therefore it wasn't such a popular destination. Imagine climbing 8,000 steps, but now you can reach the top in 20 minutes. Let's check the cost. Hello, we're here to buy tickets.
It's 140 yuan in total for 2 tickets.
Here is the cable car ticket. It cost us 70 yuan each way, so we bought round-trip tickets for a total of 100 yuan per person. Yes, I always flirt with the idea of not taking the cable car, and when I'm up there I say thank God Noelia convinced me to do it. No, in this case it was gas.
Originally we did talk about taking the cable car up and walking down, but then we said, well, 15 minutes by cable car probably means like 3 days on foot or something like that.
It looks impressive from here, but in our town it's actually at 2,500 meters. Oh, that's nothing. The view from up there isn't promising. It's very cloudy, but that's normal. This area is very famous for its fog, and that's why, if you're lucky, they say that when you're at the top you can see the sea of clouds, which is especially beautiful during sunsets because everything turns orange.
Summer is over for us.
And it's raining too.
It's drizzling a little. It's not that bad. I feel like I'm in a really mystical place.
We can see it 2 ways. It's mysterious, or you can't see anything. But if, like us, you didn't come well prepared, it looks like you can buy a blanket or something here. How much do they cost?
25.
25 yuan, and the sweatshirt?
198.
128 yuan. 198. If you make the same mistake as us and it's very cold, you can buy your Fangjingshan sweatshirt here. Remember to bring your own raincoat or umbrella, because they charged us 25 yuan for each one, and they're disposable. Gas, you even had pants on. Where did you get them from, Gas?
In the backpack.
He's always prepared. He even brings extra underwear. You know what we need? The exoskeletons that are already popping up on many mountains. Nowadays, there's a place called Yellow Mountain, which is also famous because you have to climb a lot of steps. And they started renting something called exoskeletons, which are basically mechanical legs that help you climb, but in the absence of exoskeletons. Men here transport people in small carts, even those weighing over 100 kilos. They wait at various points along the stairs. If you change your mind or can't go on in this weather, man, climbing to 3,000 meters versus 10,000 wouldn't make much difference. We can't see, but we'll still try for the summit since we're already here. Tavo came all the way from Mexico, and we met up with Amy. Hi Amy, I can't even see your face. What's this?
It's wild. The weather is terrible right now.
Has it been raining like this the entire time?
Just started, but you can't see a thing.
That's right, to make it to the top.
I really want to go to the top. Here is a mushroom stone. It's been here for billions of years, apparently. And then if we keep going up, we can go to the famous scenery. Hopefully we can see it. I've always wanted to see this.
Justo on the way here, Max and Noelia showed me a reel of what to expect.
The reality of this place is that the videos you see on social media always show a blue sky.
Everything looks great with a beautiful view of this place. Then reality sets in. And the thing is, most of the year this is the weather, and we came at the worst time, for some reason. I always end up thinking, nah, that won't happen to us now. Look at us, how do you feel? Mike is a...
Wetback, very wetback.
It's all for the adventure. What is this if not a life experience that we'll remember forever?
I think it'll clear up in a few hours.
The mountain has turned into a waterfall and it's starting to get very dangerous. If it rains a lot, this could flow heavily. How will we get down? Maybe we shouldn't go up again. From that moment on, filming became impossible, and without knowing or fearing it, we had arrived at Fangjingshan. During the period of heavy rains, which is when more than 70% of the annual precipitation is concentrated in a place that is already considered rainy. Suddenly the stairs turned into rather dangerous waterfalls and we probably should have stopped. But we were excited to reach the top, and after several slips and multiple stumbles, we finally made it to the highest point, only to discover that we had made a big mistake. I'm not sure if this is the top. I heard there's a bridge up there. Did you see the temple? No.
This is the highest one, no.
No?
But look, there they are.
You mean we have to upload another one? And before uploading two? No one told us there were two peaks we could climb, one of them being the highest peak. Lao Jingding, also known as the Old Golden Peak, is 2,572 meters high. And the peak that is the most famous and has gone viral on the internet, known as the Double Temple Peak, or in Chinese, Hongyun Jingding. This one is at 2,336 meters high and has two huge rocks or twin peaks that look like they're straight out of the movie Avatar. And it's precisely this last one that everyone comes to see.
I have a point to discuss. I mentioned these high places, you know, like, I don't know. Empire State, when you go up, from there you can't see the place where you are. I mean, if you go up the Empire State, you take a picture and the Empire State doesn't show up, it's just any other random thing. So from here you can see Fangjingshan, the one who photographs from afar.
I hadn't considered that, but you're right. Why be there if you can't see it? It's clear we've already made an effort by reaching the highest point. So thank you very much for coming to today's event. See you at the top. What did you say? And now that the rain has passed, we have the opportunity to reach the other side of the mountain. Think about it, today is just an ordinary Tuesday, rainy, in fact even stormy, I would say. And the place is packed. There's a huge line to get to the viral spot that, interestingly, nobody even knew about 10 years ago. But today, even with this weather and on a Tuesday, it's packed. All those colors you see are people in line, the raincoats. And they say the line is about an hour long because when you get to the top, everyone wants to take a picture and it takes a long time. So, is it going to be worth it or not? Well, going up is going to be much more complicated than we thought, and in the end, it's out of our control. Because you can't just show up and get in line like that, you have to reserve a specific time slot through this QR code right here. So you don't have to stand there in line, and even when it's your turn to go in, you still have to get in line and climb the mountain, and let's just say the mountain itself is the line. Our number is 3,587 and we're number 3,277, so 300 people are ahead of us. What do you think? So 300 people before we can get in line, but once we get in, it's an hour-long climb. We were about to give up. We had been in line for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and our feet were soaked. The wind was blowing as hard as it could, it was really cold, and just when we were about to give up, the sun came out, and you have no idea what a difference it makes. At least it gives you a little bit of warmth, and after being so cold and everything, because Nekor didn't refuse to go all out, he was already like, no, let's go, this is boring, we can go to another one later. If not for Max, Noelia and me supporting her. I would like to tell you that from this moment on the weather improved, the birds sang, the flowers bloomed, and it was a pretty comfortable climb. But the reality is that it was like that.
Oh, I'm freezing,
Suddenly, a tremendous wind started blowing, clouds appeared everywhere, and it got really cold. I'm already shivering, look at this climb. In case you thought that was all and the challenges start here, I really didn't expect to find live streamers here, they just came to do live broadcasts. That's wild, and they stay there all day.
My body doesn't respond well, whether it's my mobility. I do have to say that it's at a really bad point.
No way, this is intense. If one person falls, everyone else will fall on top of them. I thought the most extreme part was over. Look at that. Wow, look at the drop. How are we gonna go down? We're almost there. Just look at that. This is crazy. The hallway becomes a cold wind tunnel with water falling on you. We're finally at the top. What makes this mountain different from the ones we climbed before is that here there are two temples for two different Buddhas, each located on a different mountain. That's because this mountain was once just one. But legend has it that the gods split it in two because this was where they wanted two different temples to be placed. On the other hand, there's also the scientific explanation which says that it was erosion, time, wind and rain that eventually separated what was once a single mountain. There's nothing human engineering can't solve, and that's what this beautiful bridge is for, which gives this place such a great view.
So far, we've even taken some shots here. It took us 48 minutes from the base of this part of the mountain until we got here.
Alright, it was already worth it.
But yeah, honestly, it's cool.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, maybe on a less rainy day.
People come here to hang their wishes like we've seen in many other parts of the country because they believe that at the top it's easier. That the wind carries their wishes, spreads them, and they reach the right people. It's a beautiful tradition that adds color to already lovely places. And just look at the contrast between the red, the clouds, the green of the mountain, and the temple down there. Honestly, right now I feel extremely grateful to have the opportunity to be here, but I'm even more grateful that all of you are joining us in these videos. That's all for now. Furphy, do you want to add anything?
See you tomorrow in Fenghuang.